everybody, and welcome. And as usual, it's Cole Lyons from CJLM Media Group. And very briefly today, we're going over a very debated question, which is the Core i7 6700K versus the Core i7 5820K. We're getting a reading here from userbenchmark.com. I like them. I wouldn't trust them too much, but I do like them. And they do give processor comparisons, even if they're overclocked or whatever. So here we have the two that people say are the best processors in the world, except for, some higher up ones. So we're just gonna, like the E5 or the E7s, which might be a little bit faster. But we're looking at a gaming or just, a nice fast computer comparison here. So as you see, the i7 6700K is 16% faster for $1 less, and then the i7 5820K is like 16% slower. It has 4 cores, 8 threads, and 6 cores, 12 threads for the i7 5820K, and then 4 cores, 8 threads for the i7 6700K. As you guys see, this is 0 out of 897 for the i7 6700K, and 9th for the i5 5820K out of 897. Desktop is 106%. Gaming is 106%. Now, as you guys see here, workstation isn't as good on the 6700K. That's because this is more of a workstation processor. Now we're going to go up and we're going to click E right here, and we're going to look at E. Do we have E7s in stock here? Okay. We have the E7 processor here, and we're going to go down, and this is an E7, and it's an older one. As you see, it's not good for any of those things, which I figured it might be a little bit better than I thought, but oops. All right, let's look at the E3. That might be better. I really don't know. Yeah, so I guess, the real thing to consider is what you're building. If you're going to build a server, of course go with the E-series, but you look at all these processors here, and you have the i7 5960X, which is still a 5th gen one, and it's only 10% faster, but it's $1,000, even though this one is faster, and that's because it's good at workstation, and it's good at gaming. So we're going to look at the specifications to see which one technically is better in specifications. Alright guys, we have the Core i7 6700K here. Excuse me, we're having some technical difficulties. So here is the i7 6700K. As you see, it's at 4.0 GHz base and 4.2 GHz boost clock. It has whatever that is for L2 cache, and it has 8 megabytes of L3 shared cache. It runs 51 watts, and it runs 91 watts, and it's running 381.99. The i7 5820K by Intel, of course, is running an LGA 211 socket. It has 6 cores, 12 threads, a base frequency quite a reasonable amount lower, like crazy lower, at 3.2 GHz and 3.6. If you guys are, kind of computer savvy, you know that base frequency doesn't necessarily matter. It has more L2 cache and has 15 megabytes of L3 cache. So technically, this is a better processor. Next is, which motherboard will you get? Well, this is a reasonably priced, somewhat reasonably priced, nice motherboard. And as you see, it's at $249.99. It does support DDR4, and so does a processor. But it's $249.99. So that's somewhat pricey, and you get, some nice features, a good amount of SATA, and M.2 connector. But this isn't a motherboard review, this is a processor review. The MSI gaming motherboard, as you see, is $179.99. So the motherboards do run a bit lower. You don't get as many hefty features, but you get more USB slots and dual channel memory versus the quad. Of course, the i7 6th gen does support DDR4 as well. Well, this is up to you guys which one you like better. I strongly recommend the 6700K because it's brand new. Please like this video and subscribe, and have a great day, guys.